The Economist.
This is The World in Brief from The Economist. Our top stories. A group of companies, including BlackRock, an asset manager, and NVIDIA, an artificial intelligence chipmaker, said it would buy Aligned Data Centers for $40 billion in the largest acquisition of its kind. The group hopes to pool resources and skills to secure the computing capacity needed to build the biggest AI models. Despite fears of an AI bubble, firms continue to spend liberally. Morgan Stanley's third-quarter profit jumped 45% from a year earlier to $4.6 billion, beating expectations. It overtook Goldman Sachs in equities trading for the first time since 2022, generating $4.1 billion in revenue from that business. Investment banking rose 44%, and wealth management attracted $81 billion in net assets. Other big Wall Street banks also reported strong earnings this week. Israel said that one of the bodies Hamas returned as part of the Gaza ceasefire deal was not an Israeli hostage. So far, the militant group has returned 7 other bodies out of the 28 deceased hostages it has held. Israel has delayed reopening the Rafah border crossing into southern Gaza as the dispute over bodies continues, slowing the flow of aid into the enclave. Scott Bessent, America's Treasury Secretary, said he was working to put together a $20 billion package to support Argentina's economy. He said the, quote, private sector solution would be separate from a $20 billion swap line the Treasury already promised to the Argentine Central Bank, adding that some banks and sovereign wealth funds have signaled interest in participating. The Treasury also recently bought Argentine pesos. An AI-induced stock market crash could torch over $35 trillion of global wealth, warned Geeta Gopinath, writer for The Economist. The IMF's former chief economist thinks the world has become dangerously dependent on American stocks. There is, quote, a lot more wealth on the line than during the tech boom of the 1990s, and much less policy space to soften the blow. Shares in LVMH, the world's largest luxury goods maker, rose by 12% after it reported better-than-expected earnings, driven by demand in China. The French conglomerate's renewed growth sparked a much-needed rally in a sluggish sector. Shares in luxury brands such as Dior, Hermès, and Moncler were also up. France's CAC 40 index rose by 2.5%. Waymo, Alphabet's self-driving car unit, said it would begin a trial of its autonomous taxis in London next year, its first expansion into Europe. The cars will initially have human supervisors behind the wheel to ensure safety and gather data. But fully driverless rides could be introduced next year, too. In San Francisco, where Waymo already operates, its robotaxis may now account for a fifth of all rideshare trips.